How to prevent matting in dogs. While they may seem like minor annoyances, hair mats can actually become serious problems for dogs. If they aren't brushed out or removed, mats can tangle fur to the skin, causing sores. These sores can be hidden by the mats and become infected, spreading across the body. The best way to prevent matting and its complications is through regular grooming and caring for your dog's hair. Part 1. Grooming your dog regularly. 1. Know how often to groom your dog. You should brush out your dog's coat at least once a week. If you have a long, haired breed, you'll need to do this more like every day to prevent matting. It's also a good idea to brush your dog after going for walks. Look for burrs, leaves, foxtails, or grass-ons, seeds, that have lodged in his coat. Catching these things early prevents them from forming into mats. Most dogs do some grooming themselves, but older dogs tend to do less. You may find that your older dog needs more grooming than he or she did as a young pup. 2. Completely brush your dog's coat. When you do groom your dog, make sure that you brush the entire coat. Work methodically and brush one section of the coat at a time. It is a good idea to check problem areas first, such as behind the ears, under the armpits, the groin, and tummy areas. Groom these areas first if there are no knots, and then divide the rest of the coat into sections and methodically work your way through them. Get into a routine that suits you. This will make it less likely that you'll forget to groom part of your dog's coat. If you do find knots, finish the easy part of the groom and come back to the knots. It's possible it might tug a little to get rid of them, and this may unsettle the dog, so leave it until last and then give him a big fuss and a reward when you finish. 3. Remove small knots. If the knot is small enough, you should be able to tease it apart by gently pulling it. Take care to work parallel to the skin. Don't pull away from it. Instead, use your fingers to gently work the knot away. If this does not work, try inserting the teeth of a comb near the top end of the knot, distant from the skin, and combing it out. Grip the knot while you do this to reduce tugging on the skin. 4. Cut out stubborn knots. If you can't tease apart the knot, you may need to very carefully cut out the knot, taking care not to cut the skin. Slide a comb between the base of the knot and the skin, then cut the knot above the comb. This prevents skin tenting where you accidentally raise the skin and cut it as well as the knot. Never press hard and watch for signs of discomfort from your dog, such as flinching, turning to nip, or yelping. If you cannot get a comb between the skin and the knot, then take your dog to the veterinarian or groomer to have the knot shaved off. 5. Clip or trim your dog's fur. Depending on what kind of dog you have, you might want to give him an all-over haircut or just trim areas that are prone to getting dirty or tangled. Bathe your dog, and when he is almost dry, use clippers to trim in the direction of the hair. The earlier you start doing this to your dog, the more he'll become used to it. Make sure the clipper blades don't get too hot if you've been trimming for a while, and try to choose a clipper that isn't too loud. This way your dog won't be frightened by the experience. You may want to have someone help you by holding your dog while you trim or clip the fur. Part 2. Caring for your dog's hair. 1. Bathe your dog regularly. If you can get a brush or comb through your dog's fur or hair, bathe him as often as your breeder or groomer recommends. If your dog has mats or tangles, avoid bathing him, which will only make the matting worse. You should also realize that shampoo or conditioner alone will not remove matting. Ask your groomer or breeder to recommend a good shampoo and rinse to use. 2. Feed your dog healthy diet. Your dog's skin and fur are reflections of your dog's overall health. Feed your dog a nutritious diet that encourages healthy hair and skin. Read labels on packages of dog food to make sure they follow the diet protocols established by the Association of American Feed Control Officials, AAFCO. Dog foods that follow the AAFCO recommendations contain the correct amount and balance of vital food groups. They also contain vitamins and minerals that are needed for good hair and skin health. 3. Give your dog fish oil supplements. Specifically, you should give your dog a dose of fish oil that contains omega-3 fatty acids every day. You can also use flaxseed or olive oil to get the omega-3 fatty acids to your dog. Lack of fatty acids are a major contributor to skin problems in dogs, like seborrhea, eczema, and dull, flaky skin. Dead skin cells can build up and create crusty lesions which, if left untreated, could make it difficult to completely brush out your dog's fur. Consult your veterinarian or breeder for the best dosage for your dog. Omega-3 fatty acids can also treat dogs with allergies or other autoimmune disease. 4. Choose the right tools for your dog. Ask your dog's breeder or groomer to recommend the right tools for your dog. If your dog came from a pet store or somewhere other than a reputable breeder, or is a mixed breed, you'll need to ask around for the right grooming information. Using the right tools will prevent damage to your dog's skin. The following are brushes specifically recommended for certain dog breeds. Slicker brushes. This is a flat paddle with a rubber insert into which multiple metal prongs are mounted. To use it, keep the paddle parallel to the skin and gently drag the comb through the fur, drawing the metal fingers into the coat. This removes tangles that could knit together into mats. These are great for Cocker Spaniels, Yorkshire Terriers, St. Bernards, Golden Retrievers and other breeds with long coats but without thick woolly undercoats. Bristle brushes. These are a traditional type of bristle brush that are great for short coats that can shed heavily, such as Jack Russells, Greyhounds, Staffies, or Boston Terriers. Brushing in the direction of the lie of the coat removes shed hair, spreads natural oils over the coat, and prevents tangles in the coat. Pin brushes. These are like a conventional hair brush with flexible metal wires tipped with plastic. These are great for long or curly coats, such as German Shepherds or Poodles, in order to brush out knots. Divide the coat into sections and work section by section to groom out any tangles. Combs. These are essential for any dog with a coat other than short. Just like combing the tangles out of your own hair, you should use combs regularly, working from the skin to hair tip, to prevent knot formation. Tips. Begin grooming your puppy as soon as you bring him home. Make it a fun activity and reward good behavior. The reward doesn't have to be food, a nice belly rub or a cuddle is just as good.